they are still the only one I see that makes a very small bottle that they give you that you can put in the kids' lunchbox to go to school. Our population still has at least 40% childbearing age people. So if I were in your shoes as an entrepreneur, I'll look for a particular need that fits into that sector, that come rain, come sunshine, they will buy. So I've used that Aquadana example just for you to know that most of the products or whatever services you are going to offer must cater to the middle class and to the bottom of the pyramid to ensure you remain in business. Again, to be an entrepreneur is like, if there is no way, create a way. And I tell people, if they have a table and they don't invite you to the table, construct or design your own table and people will beg to be on your table. So that is the mindset an entrepreneur must have. Did I say you're not going to face challenges along the way? You face challenges. You are going to see opportunities. You are going to be creative. You are going to be innovative. You are going to seek resources out. And you are going to achieve your goal. I'll pause here and take questions. If I don't get questions, then I call names to ask questions. Because two things will have happened. It's either I'm so understandable that you don't have questions, or you are so bored that you don't have questions. So which is it? Dako, can you pick them out to talk?
Okay. Speak.
So far, I don't have a question. I think I understand what you yes, you make it understand that if there are no ways to create ways, then you should make a table, even if you are not invited to the table, create a table where others are willing to join. So I think the advice is want to take it.
She has a question.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Now, about entrepreneurship. Most times they will tell you there's no way, create a way. That when you are an entrepreneur, you have this beautiful business idea and all that, and you don't need money to start. And the truth of the matter is that Nigeria, you need money to start your business. So how do you work on that? And then secondly, I've started several businesses. I started doing because of my background and all that, right from when I was in GS. So I had to just to stop and all that. So okay, along the line, what I discovered is I think I always have this fear, like I want to do it big, like download and all that. And but most times I have this inner fear. I come out and the guy this guy is so bold and she can do this, but me, I know there's this restraint, there's this fear, like what will happen and all that. So, can you just throw more light on how I can overcome those fears and start up? And then, there's this thing. I've seen it has become more like a challenge. Before I was seeing it as a privilege or something, but now it has become more of a challenge, and I'm trying to see how I can control it. If I go to a place and maybe a facilitator is talking or anybody is talking, it could be church, it could be anywhere, business just start coming. It's almost and I'm writing down almost as if I want to explode. I focus on a particular thing to work towards it and get this sheet to go down. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. I'm used to this saying, start small, scale later. I think that is a deception. Because if I was to compete with Dangote and doing sugar, I was going to sugar industry. How can I be able to attract at least 1 or 2% from population of people that are buying from Dangote? Do you get my question, ma'am?
I do.
I want you to explain that very well because it's really convincing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'll start from the last question to the second question. Agents, I will just say one word. If your dream does not scare you, then you've not started. If your dream does not scare you, you have not started. Don't think small. However, I would say start small and humble. The research has shown, when you build a house and you put staircase, you think that the people building the house, the engineers among us, they can do a straight road upstairs, that there is no steps. It won't be graduated. It will just be flat. So you roll up and you roll down. You might roll up when you get to the top and you slide down. The idea of the steps in this case, which is for you to graduate gradually. Will you make mistake? Oh yes, trust me. You will make mistakes. Are the mistakes necessary for your business? Oh yes. The mistakes are necessary for your business. I have a personal mantra and I tell people, I am not afraid to fall down. The only fear I have is, will I be able to stand up? As often as I have fallen down, I'm not talking about falling down physically. As often as I or any other human being has fallen down in business, in career, in marriage, in financial freedom, as often as I have taken myself up and dusted myself, as often as I have made a success, as often as I have given myself a pat on the back, and I will say, Raliat, you've done well. But you see, you need to start small so that when you are falling, you don't lose everything. So when you start small, is to prove your concept to people. And I'll tell you another thing, agents. Your friends and families are the ones that usually don't believe in your idea. They don't patronize you until they see people doing it outside. Then they will say, oh, really? Oh, so agents can do this. At that time, they will come to you. And they will not only come to you, they will come to you and ask you for discounts. That is where your business ethics will come in. But that's the topic for another day. So agent, by all means, any entrepreneur that is starting, you start small and gradually graduate. You want to go into sugar production. You can't just wake up today. Your father is not Dangote, forgive my language. Neither is your father $10. So you can't just wake up one day and have ₦1 billion or $1 billion in your account. No, it's not possible. You are going to look for ways to raise that money. And you can't just go and buy a machine to start rolling out thousands of rolls of sugar in a day when you don't have storage, when you don't have packaging, when you don't have stockists, when you don't have wholesalers to take it off you, when you don't even have your NAFDAC approval, you don't have SunCap, you can't start. But when you start small with small sachet and you move from the traders in Idumota, gradually from Idumota, you will graduate to ShopRite. Gradually from ShopRite, you can even graduate and export your sugar to other African countries. But you just wake up today and launch agent sugars, cube sugar in the market. Who are you? So for you to compete, exactly. For you to compete, you must start small. Now, the mind of normal Nigerian entrepreneur is they don't have the patience. And I tell people, before I taught you to mentor you as an entrepreneur, even you are just an exception. You must have been in business successfully for 2 years. Because in that 2 years, I tell every entrepreneur, please don't go and rent shop or go and rent office space. Start your entrepreneurship from the space you have in your house. until there is no place to put CV, until there is only one corner of your bed to sleep. Is at that point you will leave your home and go somewhere else. Because most entrepreneurs that go to rent a space, they pay the first 2-year rent. After 2 years, business is dead. They can't cope. If you survive your first 2 years of business, trust me, you survive 5 years. So that is agent. I'll come to my young lady. Please be audacious. More for me because you are a woman. And don't be shy. Don't be ashamed when you go to functions. Speak to your idea. Share your idea. There are several opportunities out there. Grants for women. Grants for women is gender-based. This is the best time in the universe to be a woman because you have several opportunities. And you say, oh, you just started, they don't believe in your idea. You will convince them. Sometimes you offer services free, and I'm going to share an example for you. I work in a bank. That's my profession. But I sell akara. That's my hobby. I sell black soap. That's my hobby. I started selling black soap when I was looking for cure to my acne. Because I was tired of buying everything imported to cure acne. And one day my mom said, Raleigh, take black soap, put the camwood, the red chalk, put it inside, put lime, rub your face 5 minutes before you bath. You see that your acne will be controlled. I did that for 1 year. And everybody I see, oh, what soap do you use? And I tell them, oh, I sell the soap. But before I sell to you, among my people that are close to me, I give them sample. Because I know the price I'm going to call for you. If I call the price for you that this is the price of my soap, you won't want to buy. So I'll give you sample. I say, take this and use it for 7 days. If it works for you, then you come back. As we speak currently, I sell my black soap in Manchester. That is in the UK. Every Saturday and Sunday, I am a banker. I fry akara from my kitchen and I sell. And I don't fry down and ask you to come and buy. You order. You place your order Thursday and Friday. So I'm not going to fry akara and put it there and nobody will buy. You will place your order. You will make your payment. You can check IG or check it. It's called Akara Express. And recently during Akara Express and during the lockdown, I introduced Ogi Express. A lot of people want to take Ogi and they don't want to go through the mess of doing it. Am I the one making the Ogi myself? Hell no. I simply buy the corn, the ingredients. I have the grinding machine in my house. They grind it. I just employ a woman. For every 10 liters of Ogi she makes, I calculate how much we are going to buy it and I pay her a commission. The same thing with the person that fries my akara with my recipe. I stopped frying the akara on Sundays because I discovered I needed a day to rest. So I simply employed a lady. So for every 20 packs of akara she gets 2 packs, the money for 2 packs free. So I'm not waiting to say, oh, I don't sell. No, because we already have order. So I have a career and I have a hobby that is feeding my lifestyle. Am I going to do it big? I've had offers to come and set up the akara, but I share the business model with people like you. If you choose to go and set up your akara company, I am willing to mentor you. So you that you are dreaming big and say people don't believe in your idea, you need to look for a mentor. You need to look for a market and you need to know the method. And I need you to write this down. Method, mentor, market, then money will be the 4th thing you need. If you have the 3 right, money will follow. Are we on the same page? Can we proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, remember I said to have the entrepreneurial mindset, you must always be ready to identify opportunities wherever you find yourself. Now, please humor me. Where you are now, you are in American corner, the college in Ikeja.
Yes.
Great. Have they given you lunch?
No, ma'am.
Did they give you water?
No.
Eh? Did they give you water?
I don't turn the tables around.
It's harmless question. Therefore, please let them answer. I'm driving to a point. Have you been given water?
No.
Did anybody offer you Tom Tom?
No.
Did anybody offer you biscuits?
No.
And you are not entrepreneurs. You are going into a place and you know that there is going to be more than 3 people there. Either buy a packet of Tom Tom, a packet of biscuits. At that time that you know that people's eyes are red, you bring it out. You eat one. Somebody will look at you and say, "This for sale, 5 naira. Do you want to buy?" Everybody in that your class will buy. So every opportunity, key into it. Never go somewhere and not make a sale if you're an entrepreneur. Either the sales for your services, the sales for your product, name it. Every gathering, be prepared because opportunity only meet those on the dance floor that are already prepared. That's the truth. I just use that as an example for you because if anybody sitting there is into food or beverages or drinks, come on, simply make meat pie, even if it's just 10. What's the worst that can happen? Only 3 people will buy and you take the rest. You can even use the rest and dash so that they will know that you do it. Next time they will come and they will ask. So always look for an opportunity. And when you find the opportunity, add value to that opportunity. When you add value to that opportunity, you now demand payment for it. Am I communicating? I'll give you another very easy example. You live in a block of flats. You are staying with your parents, your family member, and you are doing business. And you don't really need to go out of the house to do business. But in the morning, you notice that there are 3 other flats, and they have young children, and husband and wife works. In Lagos, people that do 9 to 5 probably come home around 8 or 9. And their children come home and they're probably with the house help alone. And you run your business from the house. You know, you can do child minding services. You simply go around and say, auntie, you know, when these children come from school, they can stay in my place. You will just pay me 200 naira per hour. You are still doing your business at home. But you've seen an opportunity that these parents are leaving their kids with the household. And you know, most people, they are not very comfortable with that. You say, you know, your house help can do other things while I look after this child and help them to do homework. You have identified an opportunity. You have added value because you say you're going to do homework and they can stay with you and people will pay you. That is a gap that you've just identified in your area. So you must constantly work and think about ideas for you to succeed as an entrepreneur. Okay. Why do most of these businesses, why did they fail? I've given you examples of businesses from soap to water to drinks to child minding to tailoring services to hair and nails, boutique, beauty, fashion. Those are the easy and low-hanging fruit examples that I can give you. Most business owners are the only owners that have their vision. They can't communicate what they want. Again, can we hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So how did I start? I know the typical akara you buy from the roadside. The oil stains your hand. And is, the akara is always soaked. It's not really. I started running a recipe. Again, I wanted to add value and differentiate myself from what they buy on the roadside. So I started developing my recipe. I went back and asked, there's an old woman that used to cook for us when I was growing up. So I called this woman, retired woman, I said, then when you make our akara, we cut it. Inside is not white. Inside used to be like red. How do you bake it? She said, Alaja, why do you want to know? And I told her that I simply want to sell it. She told me the secret of what makes it red. Of course, the first time I did, I added egg. The akara was hard. The second one I did, it was flat. I went through that learning process for 4 weeks. And every time I invite people, I say, come and taste. Come and taste. Until I got the recipe well, knowing the number of cups of beans, so I physically count the pepper that I put and know the quantity of water and salt to put and know how long I should cream it for like cake to get my akara very fluffy. At the point where everybody agreed that this is it, I sat down and wrote the recipe so that the vision does not die with me. My own vision for the akara is akara that you can eat while walking, meaning the oil must not stain your writing material or your laptop. So I was able to communicate this vision to the people that came to help me fry akara. So even now, when my lady fries the akara, which she did yesterday for a client, the akara was cold as at 2 o'clock when I wanted to eat it, but it was still very delicious and there was no oil. So as an entrepreneur, you must be able to transfer and communicate your vision clearly. Because at some point, you are going to have to go into succession plan. So if people don't understand your vision, that's why you see that some entrepreneurs, they die early. They are the only one that the idea is in their head. It is not put down. Please, by all means, write it down. That reminds me that you're going to share what we call a business model canvas. Do you have that template?
No, I was in your slide that you sent.
Should I send you a business model canvas?
Yes, kindly do so.
Okay, I'll do so. So that everybody will put it there. That's where they will put all their visions and what they want to do. Then people's barrier. You can't be an entrepreneur. You can't be the only one. I'm the only one that will buy the beans, wash the beans, grind the beans, fry the akara, cream the akara, package the akara, market the akara.
Hello?
You will need someone to come in to help. So that is people's barrier. But you must look for people that have the same idea with you and encourage them to use their initiatives to grow your business. The next one is management barrier. A lot of businesses have issues managing lower skill staff. They don't understand the importance of carrying their staff with them because your business from 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you intend to be big. So you need to know how to manage your resources and also manage the people that are with you. Another one is resource barrier. We were joking about the diesel and the diesel road infrastructure. Trust me, is everywhere. Even if you are doing business abroad, there are resource barriers that is peculiar to that environment, not only to Nigeria. So don't think that because you are in Nigeria, that's why it is in your mind. It is not. As an entrepreneur, you need to find way or find solutions to all of this. That is one thing you need to know so that your businesses do not fail. Again, when you are setting your missions or your visions, you need to make the picture what you want. You need to make it what you want. You need to make it very loud and clear. When I tell people, I said akara. My dream for Akara Express is that the way people order puff, small chops in parties, they should order akara from me like that. Because I see parties now, they are taking ejayoyo and gari. I want people at party. It's somebody's idea. That ejayoyo and gari. I'm sure it's somebody's idea. So I want people to also order akara and ogi or akara and gari from me during parties. So your idea must be big, must come into use. It must be clear. And they said the secret of success is consistent of purpose. Remember, I said I was trying out the akara until I got what I wanted. So you must be consistent in your purpose. And it was Benjamin Disraeli that said it, that the secret of success is constance of purpose. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. You have a reason you are living for, then you will find a solution to live. So as an entrepreneur, it is important that we have that in our mind. And whatever you do, when you have this idea of entrepreneur, please, for God's sake, put it into a structure. Make sure that the moment you're thinking about that business, when I started Akara Express, I thought about Akara Express and I wanted to do it. I went to register Akara Express as a business name. I am the sole director, sole owner, business name. And I used 5,000. That's when the office of the vice president was registering businesses for people free of charge for 5,000. So I used 5,000. And what we did is to go on and open an account. We opened an account. So when you order, we ask you to pay into the account. That is putting proper management in place. Are we on the same page?
That's fine.
We're on the same page. So you must swing from initiative to action. You must have that initiative of, I have thought about it, I have put pen to paper, I have registered the business name, I've opened an account. Then you hold yourself accountable. Oh yeah. Question time, 15 minutes. Let's talk. Dapo, please share the slides when we are done.
Ashua?
I said share the slides when we are done. I'm trying to look for business model canvas to send to you now.
Okay.
All right, questions. There are no entrepreneurs in the house. They did not bring Tom to sell.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am, for this answer. So unfortunately, not all of us sell Tom-Toms. Some of us sell services.
Correct.
I think I've reached to 1 or 2 persons anyway. So my question now is that basically we talked about grit, talked about consistency, talked about a lot of motivation and all. But we must be sincere. Entrepreneurship in Nigeria is not easy. It is not easy. Now I want to come from the angle of a young person who has probably finished school, which of course most of us here fall into that category, and we are either mainly not dependent, we're independent, and not just independent, we have dependents on us. Now you are trying to balance, okay, my question will be, how would you balance the requirements? Everybody who you probably want to sell your idea to has a problem or a challenge. Your idea is probably capital intensive, and you cannot get them to actually bring in their own money because they also have their own challenges. I will just be very, very typical with the example. I started a business and I wanted to build a product, an app, with them money. I got some persons involved so that we could do the whole structure. But they just finished school, everybody just finished school. So we still have rent to pay. The mom was sick, she had to pay her hospital bills. Me, myself, had siblings that were calling me for money. So at some point, when I finished school, because this is something I really want us to. When I finished school, I swore to myself not to work for anybody. I don't know why I'm here. But I looked at it. Dangote did not work for anybody. Tony Elumelu did not work for anybody.
Tony Elumelu, no, point of correction. Tony Elumelu worked for someone.
He worked when he actually worked there.
He worked for someone.
In bank for I think 20 years thereabouts. Okay, so I listed some person who worked for anybody. And I looked at it, that was in 19 something. That 1960 or 1970. Now, the condition of the country then and the way it is like no longer the same. So I looked at it, if I want to survive before I kill myself, I have to go and look for where to put my head and at least get some income. So the question I was actually want to ask is, how do you now combine all this? If you sincerely, thank God you have people like you are actually gone ahead. If you sincerely look at the journey, it's not an easy one at all. How do you combine these pressures, both the external one, the internal one, and the business part, especially when you have to do with a number of persons who are still also depending on one thing or the other to ensure that your business scales? Because at some point, the business is on hold. That business currently does not seem light. But it's in the middle of the tunnel. How do we bring it to the end of the tunnel?
To life. Correct. Thank you. And I'll address your questions by making references to the gentleman that you've mentioned. Dangote did work for someone. He had an uncle that Dangote used to be a retailer. He used to sell sugar and sweets and so on. He had an uncle that borrowed him the first money that he used. And I was going to say, maybe when you were in school, I mean, take this with all sense of humility and fun. Choose the friends and the peers you work with. What you don't have, look for people that can give you the leverage. Don't work with people that have no advantage for you. Look for people that can help you, or their uncle or their family can open doors for you when choosing your friends. That is very important. I'm being honest with you because, and I will tell you again, I am a product of Nigeria. I chose to remain in Nigeria. I chose to go to school in Nigeria. I chose to work in Nigeria. I chose to do business in Nigeria. All I see in Nigeria is opportunity. That is because I chose to wear the goggle of a Nigerian that sees opportunities. Was I discouraged? Oh, yes. When I started frying akara, a paint bucket of beans was 800 naira. As we speak now, I buy it 4,800 naira. A 4-liter Laziz oil used to be 1,200. They used to beg me to take the carton. When I'm done selling, I should return money. Now, one bottle of that Laziz oil is 6,500. Have I managed it to the best of my ability? I did not tell you people. I also distribute water. I go and buy wholesale water. I live in an estate. And I see people coming every day. They carry dispenser water, they carry bottled water, they are struggling. I say, why are these people going out of the estate to go and buy water? And I have a garage. I simply approached a wholesaler. I said, please, every week, can you drop so number of cartons of water for me? I'll give you half the money. When I finish selling, I will give you. So I simply picked the water and I added 100 naira. It's recently this year that I graduated to 250 naira. As at December, when I was shutting down that account, I had made 500,000 naira on selling water in my compound. I work. I earn salary in millions. But it did not stop me from selling things that I can make 2 naira, 50 naira. Now, you have family that are depending on you. No family should depend on you when you are not working. If you have a business and you think that this business idea that I have, I need money to start it, by all means, look for a job or look for partnership. There is something called partnership and collaboration. You can't do it alone. Somebody's uncle might have money. Somebody's father might have money, but the boy doesn't know how to do anything. Simply pull the person and say, hey man, come. I know you have this uncle that has this contact. This is my app idea. Okay, come now. You and I will own this app 50-50%. You must be able to sell your idea to convince someone that has a leverage for you. So choose your friends wisely. Tony Elumelu started his banking career with Allstate Trust Bank in Port Harcourt. He dreamt big. He was working with Chief Alabraba then. Alabraba was the person that used to bring, Fred Alabraba used to bring rice. Big man. Tony Elumelu is from an extremely humble background in Delta, but he was in Port Harcourt. And he kept dreaming about having a bank, He simply met someone, the owner of Allstate Trust Bank then. He was working with Allstate Trust Bank, got transferred to Lagos, met Chief Alabraba and Annie Okonkwo. Annie Okonkwo used to be the biggest rice importer in Nigeria. Met these two men that were his customers in the bank and said, please put money together. Continental Trust Bank and Crystal Merchant Bank were going under, and he was bold enough to go and acquire 100% of Crystal Merchant Bank and 50% of Continental Trust Bank. These were the two people that invested in him, and he made those two people. Alabraba was the chairman of the company. Chief Annie Okonkwo was a member of the board. That is what brought into being the bank that used to be called Standard Trust Bank. And what did he do? He said he wanted to change the narrative of banking. He wanted to move from armchair banking. Then we had GTs. But you know what? He said, I'm going to do cowboy banking. Then they went into cowboy banking. What did Tony Elumelu do? He chose a strategy that people never thought is possible. So as an entrepreneur, you must look for something, disrupt this ecosystem. You'll find it. Tony Elumelu started going to local government or going to states and looking for commissioners, looking for governors, and looking for their children. Because he knows that when I employ your child, you will give me the state accounts. That is how Tony Elumelu was able to sign on a lot of state accounts. So what am I telling you in essence? Don't think that they rose with silver spoon. They saw opportunity and they acted on it. If you are in the tech industry and you've been able to develop app, my darling, look around. There are people waiting, willing to invest. Thank you. Are we good? Dapo. I'm going to mentor this class for the whole of April. You are going to create, I'm going to mentor this class for the whole of April. You are going to create a WhatsApp group just for 4 weeks.
I didn't hear that.
They are hearing you, you cannot hear because you have selective hearing. I will take on this class for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, the whole of April. Create a WhatsApp group. The idea is for me to handhold them, to give them access to market and access to mentor. By the end of April, people will tell me what your idea or what your choice is.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Say all the things they said I should do now. If I can't remember to do it, let me hear.
That is my own personal social responsibility to the Nigerian youth. It is my personal social responsibility.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's fine. I'll speak to you further on it, ma'am. Thank you.
If there are no questions, can I go back to my work? The people paying me salary. Can I go?
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Since when you go? I thought she said like nice. Allow me to hear. Okay, so actually probably should be spending 1 hour do or take. So I think no, she started 2:30 and this 3:30. So she gave me a slide, but I think she made it more interactive and a discussion kind of.
Yes.
So for you to be reading a definition of entrepreneur, I'll still give it to you because I know some people like that one. How many types of entrepreneur? You now get to market things you now change.
Save your life. But she's giving you real life experiences, what she has been through, speaking about her journey. And I think there are different ways to teach it, and this is one of the ways. You know, she didn't even use this. I was working on that slide for like 1 hour, but she didn't use it. But it's fine. So you have access to that slide. You know where you get your customers there. So we've come to the end of the class for today. We'll be having another class tomorrow, Friday, effective communication skills, and I keep forgetting this. Okay, we have 2 classes tomorrow. Effective communication skills and collaboration. Those are the 2, teamwork and collaboration. Those are the 2 courses that we're supposed to have those courses on Wednesday. And the facilitators are already even accepted to be here physically on Wednesday before things were a little bit disrupted. So we have a lot of information to give you, because this is the last time we might be seeing you face to face. Probably we'll be seeing online and things like that, probably. So, Mr. Gogo, you have something.
Okay, just some few announcements. Those people that I asked to send their cover letter, I'm sure I will have answered all of them, right? Please stand up like that. Let me see. People that have sent that and have answered, okay. Have answered. Okay. Okay. So some of these people wrote an amazing cover letter that people might send. So please, if they accept, I will recommend that they should share with you what they have done, so that you can pattern whatever you are doing with what they have done. And they did it very beautifully well. They were able to sell their skills. So please, let's give them. Okay, so in addition to this, please, let's try as much as. See, my greatest excitement would be that all of you, majority of you, are able to find space for your internship and job, rather than be. Because if you are able to do it, it means that you can show other people how to do it. So that's a smarter and more efficient way to replicate this social impact that we do. And we are also breaking that mentality, this African mentality of a bow in a hand, always going to different countries, help me. We know that model has not worked up till date. In spite of the billions that have been spent in Africa, we are still here in the Africa. So we must change that mindset and begin to do things our own self. So that's the whole idea. So for those people, so please don't 10 list of names. Even though I say 10, don't narrow your mind to the same to do 10, then you are doing 10. I don't see you can do 10. But it's a game of numbers. Now I also want to comment. There are some of you here who are actually practicalizing what we have taught. Somebody just showed me not too long, but I contacted somebody on LinkedIn. And the person is excited in mentoring immediately after this program. Interestingly, the person is somebody who has worked with KEC before. So automatically, you are trying to pay people with your mentors. That will just use the person as a base of that person. And things will just go smoothly with that person. So what am I trying to say? Most of the things that you can learn, please apply it. Send to those 10 companies, meet them on LinkedIn. Some of you are complaining that they are not accepting my emails. Okay, so let me add another hat to it. One of the things I did recently that works for me, if I send a request and the person is not responding on time, especially if I need the person response urgently, what I do is to go to the person's profile, check the person's post, and make a nice comment to that post. There's a high chance that the person will respond, because when people post something, all of us, we are checking how many people are commenting on it, right? So the person sees that comment, and respond to that comment. So what I do is to say something, a little thing about his post. Oh, it's a nice post. Oh, I like what you did there. Please, I also send you a friend request, and I would like you to accept it. I like to connect with you because of what you do. Almost all the time, they immediately go back to them and add it. That's worked for me like magic. So you can add that to your bag of hacks that you use in connecting with people. Another thing that I do is I follow them across their social media. So if I check you on LinkedIn and you're not answering, I go to your Facebook, I go to your computer, and they answer me no matter how very important people that we watch on TV and all that. They answer me directly, and we have that conversation. So if LinkedIn does not work, please move to other things. But please be very polite. You have to be very diplomatic with your conversation.
Come and mentor me.
Don't start with come and mentor me. Don't start with please do this for me. I need a job. No. The first thing that you need to do is to connect with them first. You start building that relationship, and then you can maybe ask further. But first, be interested in what they are doing, and ensure that you put that first in your conversation.
I have a question. Because I actually particulized some of this, and I got in touch with the person, and then I noticed that I'm actually expecting to. They don't want to stop. They're expecting you to ask questions or say something. So when you're like, I noticed what you know, and that's wonderful and nice, and say, okay, thank you. Like, how do you, and you don't want to appear to be a talkative too.
Yeah.
And then to jump into what does not concern you. So how do you go about conversations that engage them to now show interest in, okay, this is what, okay, let's start this way, let's talk, can we call them, speak on the phone, something like that.
Okay.
What kind of conversations actually?
Okay, so the easiest way to have a conversation, so I'm sharing my experience, I'm not saying this is the only way. So what I do is to study about the person, to know more about the person. Everybody, not let me say everybody, but majority of people like discussion that are centered on them. Because human beings are naturally selfish. If I'm talking to you, I'm always talking about myself. I will be boring to you because I'm always talking about myself. Well, if we are talking and I'm talking about things that benefit you, you will enjoy the conversation more than if I'm talking about myself. So the key is to understand what they do and speak to some of the things they are done or things they are about doing. Have they been given an award recently? Is there a book that they recommend? Did they post a quote? Did they speak at an event? What are the things that they are posting? What is the thing that you admire about what they are doing? Perhaps you want to add a certification or training that you are planning to do and they have done it. And you have. Then I just noticed you have this certification. Getting this certification is probably difficult. I would like to learn maybe one or two tips that you can share that will help me get this certification because I'm pursuing a career in social media. So ensure that you study what they are doing and use that as a way to start that conversation. So those are some of the things that I've tried. Maybe there are other better suggestions, but this is some of the things that I come from where they are working at in terms of their post, their profile, maybe even their birthday. Maybe they got a promotion, which LinkedIn will notify you. These are places to start a conversation. Their birthday is just not a promotion, or they have a hobby that is aligned with your hobby, or a passion or something. These are things that, or they are in the same club, they are married. For example, maybe if they talk about marriage and all that, you know, or they attend the same church that you attend. You know, you have to look for something that connects between you and them, and you can start that conversation. Because if I'm talking to my church member, it's easy to connect with that person, people that don't know, because of that hair or belong to the same club or things like that. So those are one of the ways to collect. Does that answer your question? Okay, so please let's try between now and the end of this week. Let's try and send to those 10 names, those people email. Please talk to these guys that just stood up. They have fantastic this have reviewed and annexed them. Just some little correction, but fundamentally speaking, they understood the structure. In terms of structure-wise, they got it right. It's just maybe some little grammatical mistake. Another thing I must add is that your cover letter, your CV, please use Grammarly. How many people know Grammarly? Okay. For those who don't know Grammarly, please talk to your colleagues who know Grammarly. My CV, my cover letter, in fact, anything that I do in my work, I put it in Grammarly first. You check the grammatical error. In fact, when you send your listening to me, some of you, I put it in Grammarly to check the grammatical errors. Not all of them is 100%. There are some things you can ignore, that Grammarly is something that you can ignore. But largely, it helps you to correct some of your grammatical errors. Because it will be it will be counterproductive that you are making sense, but grammar-wise, you put somebody else. There are some people who cannot stand error in your grammar, even if you are going to try to deliver the correct. So you don't want to have this kind of thing. So just plug it and put some grammar to correct it, copy it back and put it before you send. That's what I do. All my emails, official emails, that's what I do. Okay, so internship. So now we are moving to the technical part. So all of you will focus on, so we have been speaking to all the technical partners and they are excited to receive you guys. From the digital marketing, in all the technical partners, we have emphasized practice rather than theory. So we are hoping that when you start, so that's why you have various teams. Some of you will be handling real-life projects as much as possible. In addition to your internship, where you also gather experience. So we'll give you more detailed information as it pertains to your own specific area at the end of the day. So maybe hopefully tomorrow we can give them that information, right? Yes. Okay, hopefully tomorrow and Saturday. For some of you, you find the internship placement for yourself, which is a good thing, like I said. For some of you, you may not be able to find internship placement for yourself. We already have employer partners who are calling us and are already interested in some of you. So some of you will be sending you to places for intern. Please, from experience, if you have any problem with your position that you have, always first and foremost communicate to us and say, there's something I don't like you, or I want to leave you. Don't just go there and see something and just walk with you, because you'll be burning that bridge. And you'll be stopping, you'll be denying the opportunity for others to come in. So the way you leave a place, irrespective of how they treat you, is actually important. I mean, I've worked with so many top bosses that most of you will not go track to want to work. But today they call me for opportunities for business, side hustling. These are people naturally that you wouldn't like them. They are selfish people, they are users. But I found a way to manage them that we do not have problem. So as much as possible, please, when we send you to a place, please help us to manage our reputation. So I can say, cases I used to send any other people. They may be the problem, but they may not see it that way. Right? So please try and communicate with us as much as possible. The mentoring session, between Friday, hopefully not Friday. On Monday or Tuesday, hopefully, you'll be paired with a mentor. It is your responsibility to call the mentor. So we give you their names and their number. They are expecting your call because you have told them that already. So it is your responsibility to call them and book a time that is convenient for both of you to have that conversation within the period of time. So what we are doing is that every 2 weeks, you meet your mentor once. Every 2 weeks, once. You can spend between 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the time that they have. Now, when you are going to your mentor, there's a guide that you give to you. There's what to do when going to your mentor. You're not just going there to just gist. There's an objective. And at the end of the day, there's a form you will fill to prove that you have achieved that objective. There's something that you're expecting the mentors to do for you. And we measure these things to ensure that they are able to do this and that. One of the core materials you're expected to do during your mentorship session is your personal development and career plan. So maybe I will send the documents to you, but all of you, so if you say, I'm interested in data analytics, what is your plan for the next 5 years? Your short, medium, and long-term plan to become one of the technical data analysts in Nigeria, in Africa. You must have that plan. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's why you have a mentor. The mentor is to say, oh, okay, this part is okay, this part is okay, and correct. At the end of the day, you should come out, you should be able to come out from your mentorship, the mentoring session, with a formidable personal development and career. So the kind of training, the kind of certification, the kind of thing that you need to do to become one of the top best HR, data analysis, digital marketing, content writer, you should have that plan. So do your plan and send it. You need to send it to us. No, send it to your mentor before your mentoring session. So that when you guys are talking, your mentor should have had enough time to look at it and tell you that this is good and this, oh, this is what you should have. So that is one of the major things that we have in the mentoring session. More information will be shared to you about the mentoring session in terms of timing, structure, what to do and what not to do. You can choose to meet the person physically or online. Whatever platform that is suitable for both of you, that's fine. You don't have to do virtual or physical. I think that's all. Any questions? Someone was raising.
So this to know the mentorship is that someone.
Anytime that you and the mentor has time.
Okay.
But the idea is that every 2 weeks, at least meet once. It could be anytime, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, online or physically, whichever one works.
Thank you.
So again, it depends on your specialty. What is specialty? HR. Okay,
so majorly the classes are different in its approach.
Sorry.
For HR, you'll be having a class on Tuesday, a virtual class. You have another class on Friday. For digital marketers, you have a self-paced resource that you'll be looking at for one week, Monday to Friday. Then they'll come in and teach you on Saturday, on Friday. Virtual class, you now commence on. For data analyst, you will be given access to a resource by the Brown Consulting. You read for 1 week, self-paced. The second week, it will be instructor-led. Instructor-led virtual training, which they will communicate all the timing for these things to you. By all this information you get by this weekend, because you know that next week you are supposed to get most of these things. For content writers, they are going to Sabi Writers for 3 days next week in class. The second week, they are joining the digital marketing guys for their self-paced and instructor-led, because we saw that there are some components that syncs.
This to be that we have
Tomorrow, all these things I'm saying does not affect tomorrow's class.
I just want to see the effect.
Tomorrow's class is 11 to 1, 1 hour break, 2 to 4. Like we have it. It's just that it's my life. You might not necessarily come in. If you come here, you are coming your own account to come and be a user like this and use their laptop and program. So majorly that's why. So for the different specialization, the approach to the classes are different. But every information that you will need will be given to you via WhatsApp, via email, via all the means necessary. You get those messages.
So any question? Okay, the method teaching. Yeah, there's only one assignment called method teaching. Abi? Somebody why did you mention that? Why is always that person?
You don't
Is that an assignment called method?
You said, what can you tell someone when you're in
But you, please, just submit the whole do and some for those who submit, I will review. If you don't submit, no wahala. You can, yeah. But for those who are interested, do and submit. Then I will review just as I did for those people who please. Your name tag. And please, I think we should take pictures.
Yeah.
Let's take pictures first.
Hold on, let's have my call.
Now only one I get.
Please, somebody should help us organize the picture. Outside is better, right?
Okay, I'll connect with that.
And so,
What's my group?
Yes.
Let me tell you.